What is Selenium?
Tool to automate.
Yeah, Selenium is a web-based automation testing tool. Okay, web-based automation testing. Selenium is a web-based automation testing tool. And you know, right, what is automation testing tool? The tools which are used to convert a manual testing process into automation testing tools. The tools which are using to test the application with some programs, automation testing tools.
You cannot write directly in the automation scripts without manual.
Manual is different.
Like we are converting the manual script test case in the
Test scripts. Nothing but what, sir? You are writing some programs in tool.
like based on the manual test case one we are converting the script, right? So without manual test cases, cannot write the test the automation tool directly test script class execute చేయలేము.
Other compulsory. See, I said right. Automation. The question is, can I write the test scripts without requiring test cases? Yes, you can. But as per the process, first manual testing is completed, and then only we involve in automation testing. Compulsory. But the question is, without writing test cases, I can go for a test scripts designing or not? Yes, you can. You can. Cucumber framework. You know, so Cucumber supports BDD. Before BDD, TDD is there. TDD means after writing a test cases, we are writing test scripts. But in BDD, while writing a test cases itself, we are generating test scripts. Cucumber framework. Yes, we can. That only leading actually right now. Okay.
Both are possible.
Possible, yeah, why not? But as per process, first manual and then automation. Now, so Selenium is a web-based automation testing tools. Okay. Web-based automation testing tools. It supports only web application testing. It won't support window application testing. I have mainframe application. With mainframe application, I want to test with Selenium, not possible. Because mainframe is a Windows application. I want to test a EXE application, EXE like Windows application, legacy applications. With Selenium, not possible because Selenium cannot identify those applications. But I have a irctc.co.in, Gmail, Google, Amazon, Flipkart, the applications which are opening with the browser, web-based applications, right? Those I can test with the Selenium. Okay. Selenium is a open source. I will add open source. The word I'm adding the Selenium is an open source web-based automation testing tool. What is the meaning of open source, sir? So no need to purchase the license. So no need to purchase the license, please. So no need to purchase the license. Directly I can download and then it will install. But in company directly you are not downloading it. In companies, you are not getting an access to download any software. Okay, company maintains some server. From the server you are downloading. Okay, but it's open source. What's the meaning of open source? Freeware, no license cost. Srisha, no license cost. Selenium is an open source web-based automation testing tool. It supports only web application testing. It won't support Windows application testing. But I want to test the Windows application. Then what do you do, sir? I will go with the QTP, UFT, Tosca, some other automation testing tools I will go. Okay. Why the name given as selenium? Why the name as came as a selenium? Okay. See, sir, before selenium, there was a tool called as a UFT, QTP, QTP. Before selenium, there was an automation tool calling as a QTP, Quick Test Professional, king in the market. And this tool is very, very useful. It supports both Windows as well as web, but it's a licensed software. But anyway, 2004 time, 2004, 2006, okay, 2014 time, King QTP. QTP vendor is Mercury. Mercury. This name came from the chemistry periodic table. See here. Chemistry periodic table of elements. Okay. This is sir. This is table. Where I can see Mercury here. Where I can see Mercury here. Mercury. మీరే కనుక్కోవాలి ఎక్కడ సార్ మెర్క్యూరీ ఎక్కడ ఉంది ఎంఐ అని ఉంటుందా వెడ్ హ్యావ్ మెర్క్యూరీ హియర్ థర్డ్ రో ఎక్కడ రైట్ థర్డ్ వన్ మెర్క్యూరీ
HG, sir. HG, Mercury.
ఎక్కడ ఉంది హెచ్జి
HG. Fourth row.
ఫోర్త్ రో
Down.
డౌన్
Side. AU after.
ఏయు వేర్ ఇస్ ఏయు
80 number, 80 number, 80
Number
number,
80.
80.
80 number 80 HG.
Yeah.
Mercury. So QTP tool vendor was HG Mercury. Okay. Mercury. See here. Mercury HG Mercury. Okay. So whenever actually Selenium is introduced in the ThoughtWorks. There's a company called ThoughtWorks. Okay. I forgot his name. Some one engineer only. He did some manual testing. But in that manual testing, he faced some issues like where he want to test the functionality with the multiple data. Okay, if I go for a QTP, they have to purchase the license. Instead of purchasing license and installing QTP himself, he designed some program. And he executed with that, and it is working fine. Based on that feedback, they want to introduce a full-fledged software. They develop that. And whenever they want to develop, they developed and they want to release it to the market, right? They should give a name for the software, right? For the product. So what is the name they can give? They feel like, what's the name we can have for this tool? Those days, QTP was demanded, and a QTP vendor is Mercury. Mercury name came from this periodic table. In the periodic table, sir, Mercury opposite component is Selenium. On this one, Selenium. So Mercury component, composite competition market, they want to give a competition name only. So in chemistry periodic table, Mercury opposite component is what's up? Selenium only. So that is the reason ThoughtWorks company, they given the name as Selenium. So the name came from this table only. Okay, now? So why the name given as Selenium? Because this is the reason. So in 2004 time low, Mercury QTP was demanded. So ThoughtWorks developed some program code and they developed some tool and they released it to the market, but they want to give the name for that. So what is the name they want to give? They thought like this. So mercury opposite component in chemistry periodic table is selenium. So that's the reason they give another name as selenium. So now, what is selenium here? Selenium is a open source web-based automation testing tool. It supports only WhatsApp web application testing. It won't support Windows application test. Uh, components of Selenium. Uh, Selenium IDE integrated ID stand for integrated dev environment. Okay. Selenium RC remote control. Selenium WebDriver. No space. WebDriver is single word. WebDriver is single word, sir. No space. Selenium WebDriver. And then Selenium Grid. So we have a components, Selenium components. Okay. First introduced as Selenium IDE. Okay, they found some drawbacks with that. So they introduced another version, Selenium RC. RC stand for remote control. And then Selenium WebDriver and a Selenium Grid. So we have 4 components out there. Yeah. Now in real-time companies, projects, we are using WebDriver and Grid. We are not using these two. This is the advanced version of Selenium WebDriver. WebDriver is single word. There is no space between web and driver. Single word. Okay. WebDriver. IDE. It was the first version of Selenium. First version of Selenium. Okay. It is available in only Firefox browser. It's available only in Firefox browser. But other than Firefox, we have a Google Chrome, Safari, Opera, Edge. It won't support. It won't support. Selenium ID won't support. ID stand for integrated dev environment. Okay. Okay. So okay, now it won't support. Okay. It is a add-on on Firefox browser. It means what, sir? If we install Firefox browser in our computer, by default, we will get Selenium ID. No need to install anything. If you are installing Firefox browser in your computer, in that Firefox browser add-ons, we will get ID. No need to install ID separately. If you are installing by default Firefox in your computer, along with Firefox, Selenium ID also install ID. It is not full-fledged automation tool. Okay, automation tool. Why? Because we cannot write test scripts. It just record and play back to. Okay. I open Firefox, open IDE, open application, click record button in IDE and perform operations on application. Open application, enter username, enter password, click submit button. Again, stop recording. The code will generate automatically in where IDE. Okay. But that I want to customize that code. Not possible. For loops, if conditions, Cucumber plugins, TestNG plugins, one possible kaadu. Dentlo IDE. Just it is a record and play. Record JC, I entered username, entered password, submit button, and verify. That's it. Next time I can modify the data there. So I want to execute as a multiple scripts run. or I want to plug in as a Cucumber plugin, so test in the plugins, Excel files, notepads, Java code I want to enter. అది పాసిబుల్ కాదు దేంట్లో ఐడిలో ఓకేనా టు ఓవర్కమ్ దిస్ సెలీనియం ఆర్సి ఈజ్ ఇంట్రడ్యూస్డ్ సెలీనియం ఆర్సి ఈజ్ ఇంట్రడ్యూస్డ్ ఓకే టు ఓవర్కమ్ Selenium IDE drawbacks. Selenium RC introduced. This version is officially deprecated by Selenium team. They introduced it first of all, but again they deprecated means what that they removed. Why? Because of some drawbacks again. ID to overcome ID drawbacks, RC is introduced, but still they are facing some issues in RC. What is issues here? Okay, RC here. This is your login screen, okay? QBank. QBank is our application, right? Login, QBank login. So here we have a username, password, submit button, cancel button. Okay. So username, password, submit button, and cancel button. Okay. Now this is Selenium RC. Selenium RC. RC. So now I'm writing a test script. Okay. Now see sir, this is RC. This is Selenium RC2. RC2, okay. Now, so now my functionality is to enter username, enter password, click submit button. So now I'm writing a test script, automation test script. Enter username, Java code, okay? Java code. Java code for enter username. So how to write, we'll see in future. And before writing a test script, what we have to do, that we'll see later. Next, Java code for enter password. Next, Java code for click submit button. So now I have written a Java.
Hello. Hello.